Good evening and welcome. Welcome to Fight CPS, Stop Taking Our Children. I'm your host, Bob Pace, and I'm glad that you found me. I'm glad that you're here. Um, I want to help you all with your CPS issues, your problems. Now, I'm on a little bit later at night because during the day I've been working the Long Beach Grand Prix, and it's the 50th anniversary. So in the morning, I do my live stream at 4 a.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then I do my evening podcast at 9 p.m. And um, I'm doing this only because I want to help you. I do this twice a day, Fight CPS. And it's been going on for 18 months since I've been doing this. And I talk to people from all over the world, too. This is an international live stream. I have 21 countries in 50 states. I've talked to all the states in the U.S. That's over 1,000 people. 1,000 people I've talked to, and everybody has something in common. They can't seem to afford an attorney, and they try to use a lay attorney. It doesn't work out. Now, I too had a CPS case, and I tried to first do the court-appointed attorney. Unfortunately, I lost my job through no fault of my own in 2010 at age 60 after working for 45 years. And it's a hard thing when you lose your job. You think you get a job again, but I guess they don't like old people. And my CPS came into play, and I think that had something to do with me being hireable. They're determined to make you fail. And the reason why they want to do that is they get additional government funding. They get additional government funding. Now, I've had a long day, and you see I'm beat red. Boy, oh boy, am I red. That's from that sun out there, and it really did a number on me. I put suntan lotion, but it looks like it still got me red. It still got me red there. And this live stream is here to support you, to help you with your involvement with the child protection system. Hello, Cooking with CR Senior. What time is it Eastern right now? Eastern now is 9 to 10 till midnight Eastern time. Midnight Eastern time. The West Coast, it's a little after 9 o'clock. And this show is re-recorded, so it gets to play again. Cooking with CR Senior. And I don't know where you're from, Cooking. If you could tell me your location, would be great. Now, there's several ways to interact with this live stream. One way is to text a comment or a question, and it should pertain to CPS. Please state your first name, your city or country, and state, and of course, countries. Also, please tell me about your CPS case from the beginning to where you are at. Hello, Jan Swam. I had I had heard in Indiana caseworkers got paid a bonus for every child they took out of the home. Yes, they do. In 1994, President Bill Clinton signed into law the incentive law, where the federal government will pay the CPS counties a bonus, 10 to 15, $20,000 if they have their children adopted into foster care. Bill Clinton didn't believe in family reunification, and he said it was taking too long of time. So what he did, he signed into law that if they get the child adopted in foster care, they get a bonus. It's all about money. Now, not all CPS agencies are bad. There's the rogue ones and the unrogue ones. And so you don't know. You don't know. I'm in North Carolina. I was trying to see the time of the morning show. The morning show will be on at 7 a.m. your time. I come on at 4 o'clock in the morning Pacific time, but at 7 a.m. it'll be your time. And Jan's in North Carolina too. Okay, welcome, both of you from North Carolina. I know you guys are going through a lot with the hurricanes and the floodings, the heavy rains, your home being washed down the streams, and even fires. So you guys have gone through a lot of disaster, and I know CPS is probably keeping your children because you don't have a home for them. Being homeless is not a crime. Being homeless is actuality that sometimes people have things that come into line. If you lose your job, how you can make the mortgage payments? If your house burns down to the ground, how you lived in a burned out house? Or if it's washed out or flooded or rained, these are disasters that you have no control over. And you would think that the CPS entities would be compassionate, but they don't. They don't care. All they care about is money. Now, I imagine not all of them bad, but you don't know until you deal with them. Till you deal with them. Now, besides texting in a comment or question, which you guys are doing great, I appreciate that. You can also be a guest on my live stream. To be a guest on my live stream, all you do is you email Grace, my show producer, and she can be reached at grace@vincentwdavis.com, and you pick one of my 14 shows. Now, typically, starting on Monday, I'll be back to Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 7 p.m. in the evening. And then on the weekends, I'm on at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's my typical times. But because I had a commitment here, I had to work my live stream around my commitment here. And I've been doing this commitment for 50 years. It's a long time. Now, to be the guest on the show, she'll give you a link to StreamYard. And StreamYard is the application we use to do this live streaming. We also use the YouTube channel. And this particular YouTube channel that I'm broadcast on is called CPS Defense Attorney Vince Davis. That's the YouTube channel. And I have 7 Facebook pages that will connect with this channel. And your comments will go there. Hello, Crystal Featherall. Hi, I'm the mother of 3. 3 coda children, and myself is death. Now, what do you mean by coda? Coda, Coda. My question is where, why there has to be texting on the phone during court hearings and laughing. I don't know why people are doing it. That is wrong. Too much communication, and then put me and mute. That's wrong. If you're if you can only talk by writing, then they're going to have to work with you on that. Courts are supposed to be accommodating, but I guess some courts are bad. Some courts are bad, Crystal. And where part in the world are you from? So far, we have Cooking with CR, Jan Swain. They're both from North Carolina. And then I got Crystal. Hello there, Dr. Death. You were on my show last night. Dr. Death, good to see you. Any new questions, Dr. Death? Now, besides um, being a guest on my live stream or text and messages, you can also call in. That's my number, 626-698-0990. And I'd love to help you. All you have to do is call in. And one thing nice about either calling in or being a guest on my live stream is that you automatically, by talking, will qualify for a free 15-minute private Zoom meeting with Vincent Davis. Now, he's one of the best CPS fighters in the country. He is a juvenile law, family law, dependency lawyer. He's been fighting CPS for 39 years and got back thousands of children. Now, he's based in Arcadia near Los Angeles in California, but he'll go anywhere. Um, you just have to talk to him and know his retainer. Like in LA County, his retainer is $5,000. His hourly rate is $500. Yes, that's a lot of money, but you're dealing with the agency is really bad. Um, this agency that I call the child protection system is very corrupt. The ones that are very, very, very corrupt. It's all about money. It's all about money. So if you call in and talk or be a guest, I can take up 9 of you as guests. Then you get a free 15-minute consultation. You're doing a GoFundMe. That's a good idea, Dr. Death. That's a real good idea. Now, the other number on my screen, 888-888-6582, is the law offices of Vincent W. Davis. There you can call in. You can speak to Vincent Davis, or maybe you want to find out his schedule, my schedule, about our live streams. Or maybe there's a guide or a book you'd like. And we have a new grandparents guide out. And you can ask the people that answer them that you want to purchase it. It's only $9.99, but if you use my last name, Pace, Pace, all capitalized, and use the number 50, you'll get a 50% discount. So I want to help you. I want to help you. Now, Dr. Death did talk on the phone, and he is getting qualified to speak to Mr. Davis. I had to sell my home to get funding to hire Mr. Davis. Now, Crystal says, my lawyer refused to get me Supreme Court and refused to sue them. I don't know what to do, but all lost now. Don't panic. The problem is that it sounds like to me you're using a court-appointed attorney or public defender. Those attorneys are not schooled in juvenile law, family law, or dependency law. They're regular criminal attorneys, and they work for CPS. And they certainly won't fight for your case because they have 30 or more cases at one time, so they don't have time. You need to get a real attorney, and that's why people are trying to do so. Crystal, I don't know where you're from, but I'd like to try to help you. And your lawyer, are you paying for that lawyer? Because if you are, he isn't worth the dime you're spending on. Now, you don't go to the Supreme Court yet, and you can't sue them until your case is closed. Once your case is closed, you can sue CPS for committing perjury, violating your civil rights, violating your constitutional rights. Those are some examples that you can sue CPS. Mr. Davis does that. He sued him and won millions of dollars from CPS. Once your case is closed, he's won millions of dollars. And nothing's lost all now. There's still, it's very frustrating. You still have to pursue it. You have to appeal any decisions that work against you. And you have to keep fighting and do a lot of research on your case. Hello, Ray G. Good evening. And Ray G., I have no idea where you're from, but if you could tell me your place, that would be great. Now, these 21 countries that I've talked to are Indonesia, Bangladesh, India. In the Middle East, it's Saudi Arabia and Libya. Then over to Africa, it's Liberia, Sudan, Rwanda, Mozambique, and then several provinces in South Africa. Then up to Europe, England, Scotland, Wales, Denmark, and Sweden. Then across the pond to North America, it's 4 provinces in Canada. And all 50 states have heard representation. Even the District of Columbia had a bad case. Then south of the border is Mexico. And then in South America, north of Brazil, and on the East Coast is Grenada. Then we go to the South Pacific to an island called New Zealand. And then South New Zealand is Australia. And they've had 2 states involved. So that's a big range of people. And I've talked to over 1,000 people, and they all have something in common. They're dealing with a corrupt CPS agency. Now, Ray says she's from Virginia, Prince William County. I know where that is, Manassas. Yeah, I know where Manassas, Virginia is in Prince William County. And that's where Ray is, and that is good there. Crystal, I still don't know where you're from. Chew Baby, you're from Virginia, Richmond area. It's good to talk to you. Now, Dr. Death, who was on my live stream last night talking, says that the USC code 42-1983, suing the state and counties and lawyers that the federal code to sue. You definitely want to do a federal lawsuit, not a state lawsuit. You can do one, but a federal's better to do it. That's what you want to do. So what's new, Chew Baby from Richmond, Virginia? So far we have Dr. Death, we have Crystal, Ray G, and Chew Baby, and who else we have here? Cooking with CER and Jan Swan. Those both are from North Carolina. Jan Swan and Cooking with CR. Maybe there's a connection between those two. But if you ask me, Um, any particular question, I want to help you. Now, my face looks red, and I know that looks horrible, and uh, it's not burning; it's just red. I'm a blonde, and so that's why my face looks red, I guess. There, yeah. Doctor Death is from Iowa. That's right. You're right, and he's from Iowa, and he has a terrible case in Iowa. CPS is not your friend. They're not transparent. They will retaliate, and they do hurt your children in foster care. And I know from experience. I had 3 children that were kidnapped by CPS and put into foster care, and they weren't in danger when they picked them up. They weren't in danger. It got so bad in my case that my daughter, who was 12 at the time, was told that to change her name. To change her name completely, so she removed her middle name, which was Hanalei Kauai, and that's the beautiful garden island there. But she was changed that name, and she put herself some new name. Also, the social worker told her to emancipate from the parents, so she divorced her mom and dad, her 3 brothers and 2 sisters, both sets of grandparents, and all her uncles and aunts and cousins. She had to eliminate them all. And she didn't know what she was doing. Then she was told to put her birth certificate in limbo, meaning to seal her birth certificate. So she went and got a new birth certificate. And she put the foster family as adopted her on the birth certificate like they were her own mom and dad. I'm sorry, I was there when my daughter came into this world. I remember everything about my daughter. You may think you got yourself fooled, but I'm still your dad. Very loving and caring dad. But CPS doesn't care about families. They don't care about seniors or elders. They don't care about the parents. It's all a money making thing. It's trillions of dollars every year that they make. Trillions of dollars. Medina, good to see you. Bob, I've been on here for a very long time. I know you have. Uh, I'm very dedicated. I can't afford much, but I would like to pay it forward. Donate if you can help the next person. That's very sweet of you. And I know how hard it is. I had lost my job and I had to sell my home to get uh, the money to hire Vincent Davis because I had 3 children that were kidnapped. They weren't in danger, but they took them anyway. They're in school, and being in school is not in danger. One was in a private school, one was in a middle school, one was in elementary school. And it is a hard thing to go through. It is a very hard thing to go through. No, Chew Baby, I'm not monetized on my channel. I um, need to do that, need to look into it, especially with my life skills, because right now I'm using one of my son's computer, but he needs the computer back, and And my other son needs his computer for school, so I've been borrowing both their computers, but I need to find a computer. They're expensive, especially if you want to get one up to date. And thank you, Medina. I do care about you guys. I wouldn't be doing this twice a day, 14 times a week since October of 2023. I'm dedicated to helping you guys because I want to share my mistakes. I made them into rules. My mistakes were really tough. They really were hard. Thank you, Medina. You can check uh, below to follow me. You can also check the notifications to know when I'm on. I love emojis, thumbs up, smiley faces, hearts, or even stars. But one of the hardest things you're going to face with CPS is getting that attorney. That is the really main thing you need to work on because it's like doing open heart surgery. CPS is awful. You don't know how to navigate them. They know the laws and they take advantage of parents that use the court appointed attorneys or the public defenders because they know they can beat you. That's why they want you to use a court appointed attorney. If you use the real deal, they have a hard time winning. Now, in this live stream, I'm open to any topic you want to talk about that's about CPS. I love to try to help you with your questions or your concerns. Now, so Chube has asked me, do I advertise for a high profile college such as Vincent, but yet need a computer? Uh, I guess you've had some bad experiences with Vincent. I'm sorry about that. I understand, Shoe Baby. Um, it is hard. It is hard. Uh, I know that Vincent does a lot of free live stream himself. He takes on cases and he sometimes works out deals with clients. And he tries to do good to them, and sometimes he's owed a lot of money there. I understand, Shoe Baby. Now, Medina says, Bob, how do you get through the day without the older children like now? How? Well, I have 6 children. My 3 oldest have families. My 3 younger ones don't have families yet. At the time of my case, they were quite young. Um, in 2015. And I got back to two boys. I had to sell my home to get the money to hire Vincent Davis. I did get back to two boys, but I lost my daughter because a CPS worker retaliated and convinced my daughter to be emancipated, to seal her birth certificate, get a new birth certificate, a new social security card, and be adopted by a foster family. Now, my son still sees her. I encourage that. But I don't know. I've not seen her in 10 years, so it's really tough. She was at 12 at the time, and now she's 22. So I've missed those 10 years of her teenage life and her young adult life. It's hard when you're fighting a very corrupt system. Now, the Orange County Child Protection Services, which I was caught up in, is very corrupt, as well as the LA County Department of Children and Family Services, San Bernardino, and Riverside. We've had problems up there, down south in San Diego. And then in Kern County, got in Northern California, I just encountered a lot of bad CPS systems. I appreciate the prayers, Medina. And I really care about you guys. Fighting CPS is a life skill. There used to be a time when we had lots of life skills. I think life skills should happen as early as preschool, prep K, kindergarten, grades 1 through 5, grades 6 through 8, your high school 9 through 12. There should be a class that happens every semester that talks about life skills like how to do your bank book, how to do your savings account, um, dating, how to date, divorce, marriage, CPS, bullying. There's a lot of bullying goes on in elementary schools and kindergarten and preppy K. And those life skills should be talked about. And CPS is one of the hardest ones around because I just never knew an agency that could lie with a straight face. I never knew an agency that could be so corrupt that they retaliate. They embezzle money, they take money. It's a $1 trillion business with the bad CPSs. And thank you for your prayers, Medina, for me and my wife. I appreciate it because, you know, I have 42 years of marriage experience. I've raised 6 children. 3 were very successful. The other ones, they're successful, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like I don't see my daughter, so I don't know how they're doing on that one there. But it is struggle. See, it's when you lose your job and then you're involved with CPS, that can be bad. And the way that they handle it is really bad. They get a complaint from, the professional, which by law are supposed to report it, like the doctors, the nurses, the school teacher, the principals, anybody that works with children professionally. Understand, Chew Baby, understand. Chew Baby, did you ever get a chance to talk to Mr. Davis? Do you ever get a chance to talk to him? I wonder if you had your 15 minutes with him. Hi, Charles. Glad to see you. Charles is having Mr. Davis defend him. And Charles, hablo English uno poquito. No, hablo español uno poquito. Hablo English. I speak there. So, um, Child, if you can speak in English, that would be great. That would be great. Yeah. Hi, Margaret. Boy, you're up late at night. Margaret is from, well, she's from California, and she has also hired Mr. Davis, and he's helped her. She had a criminal matter, and he got that dropped, so that really helped her a lot. And she's from the Kern County in California, kind of Northern California. Now, I know that we've been talking a little bit about Vincent Davis. He does have 39 years of fighting CPS. He has gotten people back from CPS. He's also done numerous lawsuits and won millions of dollars. Now, it's very important when you get an attorney, you get 3 quotes. And how you go about picking your attorneys is kind of tough. So, a lot of you hire attorneys that aren't a juvenile law, family law, or dependency law attorney. Criminal lawyers are not going to help you with this case. Court appointed attorneys or public defenders are not going to help you with this case. You need someone with a background, someone that is a fighter. And so you research the internet looking for your attorneys. Some of you say you look for pro bono. That's fine. There may be out there, there's no guarantee they'll be a good attorney. But right now, all you need is to get 2. The third one I'm going to give you is Vincent Davis. I already told you his hourly wage is $500. His retainer for LA County is $5,000. He's the real deal. He got my 2 boys back. And I think Margaret and Child would tell you that he's worked out good, and I think Medina does too. Hello, Joshua Adams. Oh boy, you're speaking. Huh? Are you calling in from Africa? Are you speaking African? James Volshuti Republic, Democratic Congo. So you're from the Congo, and welcome. Now I have 22 countries I've spoken to. We have somebody now from the Congo, and if you'd like to share your story, it'd be much appreciated. I think we need to be careful with saying things about other people. Now, you may have some disappointments. They're beyond control. But I do know I got my 2 boys back with Mr. Davis. I know that Margaret had her criminal charges dropped so they could concentrate on getting her kids back. Um, and Child has had good success with Mr. Davis. Now, I'm not trying to censor anything or tell people you can't speak your piece. That's your own prerogative. And I tell you, you need to get quotes from 3 attorneys. Yes, Vincent Davis is one of them. That's easy. I can tell you his rates and everything. But you need to ask the other 2 attorneys 2 important questions. Question 1 is, are you a juvenile law, family law, dependency attorney that's fought CPS and gotten their children back? If the answer is yes, you go to the next question. The next question you want to ask them, when the case is closed, have you ever sued CPS or won money back from CPS? If the answer is yes, you got yourself a good attorney. And so, with those two questions answered, then you ask them for references and check out their references because it's your money you're spending for help. Now, Child says he is a good, honest attorney. I agree about that. In fact, sometimes he gives too much of his time for free. And if he can, he does try to help you out. Now, Child says he's had 3 years, 9 months of knowing Attorney Vincent. I've known Attorney Vincent for 15 years. And you have your parental rights because of him. I could take anything for him because he's not front, he's generally good. What's his retainer out of California? Well, it all varies. It has something to do with per diem. When he goes out of California, he has the airfare to the place, round trip. He has the ground transportation to drive to the court and to the hotel, and any paperwork he needs to make copies of. And then he has the hotel and food. So all of you know today what they are. I mean, airfare can be anywhere from $300 to $1,000. Ground transportation could be, if it's just for a couple days, it could be $300. Hotels are $300. So you're probably looking at, $1,000 for the per diem. Then you got his rate. I just told you in LA County is $5,000. So depending if your case is complex or been going so long, would depend about his rate. And Dr. Death, when you do talk to him, make sure you ask about him because you do have a call pending with Mr. Davis. Yes, Child, that is really strong prayers. And Child is telling his own experience. You all may have different experiences with Vincent Davis. Mine have been positive. I got my two boys back, and it's not my fault that my daughter was retaliated by the social worker. And I didn't hire him at first. I tried to use public defenders. That was a waste of time and money. Well, no money, but it's a waste of time. They don't help you out. Huh. So after you talk to these two attorneys, you got the references, check them out, then call Mr. Davis and talk about his references. And in fact, you can call in right now or be a guest and you'll get a free 15-minute consultation with Mr. Davis. A free 15-minute consultation. Now, let me check on topics here. I'm trying to find out. Now, here's a topic we could talk about. What are the 5 P's of child protection? The 5 principles of the legislative are usually referred to as the 5 P's: paramountcy of the child, parental responsibility, prevention, partnership, and protection. The parenty, the paramountcy principle states that children's best interests are the paramount consideration in all decisions affecting the child. Now, they say, what is the best state that has a good child welfare system? And they're saying right now, uh, Massachusetts consistently ranks high in the studies that consider um, other states are Minnesota, New Hampshire, and Utah. Now, what pays most for CPS? Iowa is 110,760 yearly. California is 78,784 yearly. Alaska is 62 yearly. Hawaii is 61. And Wisconsin 60. Now, I don't know uh, what that all entails. It's very could be very misleading. Now, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Oklahoma and Washington are the top paying states for social workers. Now, in these states, social workers earn an average salary of over 90,000. The highest annual salary for social workers ranged from 81,000 to 94,000.
I just want to tell you, don't forget to wake me up in the morning early because I need to get changed and stuff.
Um,
Oh,
you can have a bite.
I'm so good.
Um, let me see here. Oh dear. I have my steam yard now. I can't find it. Oh boy.
So good. Hamburger. Where do you guys go?
Oh boy.
Yummy.
There. I somehow. Oh dear. All right. Um. Oh dear. I don't know if I'm on twice or not. Oh, this is so hard without your regular computer. I'm hearing an echo here. Let me see if I can fix this up here. Um, are you guys hearing me okay?
Evidence. Evidence. No onion rings. Wow.
That's good, child.
I'm gonna have a sip. I don't know.
All right. Good. You hear me? All right. Good. I'm just hearing an echo on the computer. and I'm using my son's computer, but they don't like the Google browsers, and they use a different operating system. They don't use Windows operating system, so I don't know how they manipulate. But anyway, I'm just thankful that I'm able to talk on here, and I want to thank for the lovely heart you got, and that came from Joshua Adams. Thank you very much for that. Now, it's about 9 more minutes before I have to turn off my podcast because it ends at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'm going to be talking again in the morning at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I do my live podcast at 4 a.m. because I got to leave by 5 tomorrow, and then I won't be back to 9 o'clock at night Pacific Standard Time. Now, I mentioned my rules. I told you about the first rule you need to get a real attorney. And rule number two is the documents. You got to have a notebook that you can put all the documents in there. You got to have subject tabs to break all your information up. And there's a real important document called the timeline incident form you fill out. It's not a real form, but what you do is you take 3 sentences for each incident. Your first sentence is the location and the phone number if you called in, and the date and time this happened, and who was involved. The second sentence, you make a sentence that um, you do a summary of what the incident's about. And then lastly, you want to do a outcome of the incident, whatever happened with your case. If you don't have the outcome, you can still fill it in later. And you do this for every incident with social workers, with police, with school people, your parents, or anybody that you have an incident with. This documentation will help you in your case. You won't remember from 9 months from now. Now, rule number three is you do not talk to social workers. You don't let them in your home. You don't give up your children. That also goes with the police, too. By not answering your door, you're not taking the chance that you can be shot at and killed. Also, they think you open the door that they can inspect your home. You don't want them to inspect your home unless your attorney's present. So you have to be careful. They have to have a warrant to come into your home or to talk to you or to take your children. It's a court order warrant. And those warrants, CPS and notorious using fake warrants. And that's bad because it's bad enough to be deceiving the parents, but they keep doing it over and over and over. Now, my time is at 10 o'clock at night. I need to end my live stream. I want to thank Child, who's been in my live stream twice a day. Thank you. And Child is from Los Angeles, California. I want to thank Dr. Death. Um, he is from Iowa. I want to thank Joshua Adams. Thank you so much. They're from the Congo. And so we have a new country. We're up to 22 countries now. I'd like to hear more about your case, Joshua Adam from Congo. So he's from Congo there. And Margaret's from Kern County, California, and she's there. And Medina is been called in. And Chew Baby from Virginia. And Ray G from Virginia, Manassas, Prince William County. And Ray G, yes, I think so. And then we have Crystal Featherwolf, who I don't know um, where you're from, but that would be great. Then we have Cookie with CER. They're from North Carolina. And so is Jay Swain from North Carolina. So I really want to thank you all. Please continue to fight for your children. Do not give up. And please come back and see me tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. That's Pacific Standard Time. That's 7 a.m. on the East Coast. So God bless you all. And this is Bob Pace ending the live stream.